Receiving simulator transmission. Uploading transmitted feed. Initializing playback sequence. Log execute.
Hey everyone, Seipher here, and welcome back to Seipher Plays Pokémon via Red Nuzlocke. In the last episode, we made our way through Rock Tunnel, got to Lavender Town, and then made our way here to Celadon City, catching a few different team members along the way. In this episode, we are going to mainly be focusing on evolving a few Pokemon and taking on Celadon City's gym. As you can clearly see from the sidebar and from my team here, I have changed things around quite a bit. Mainly added Selena for cutting purposes. I know that I could have used Warren, but I figured might as well change things up for right now. So before we do anything, let's get to evolving Abdal and Darwin, because I did want to get through that as quickly as possible. You can buy evolutionary stones on the 4th floor of the department store in this city. I'll show that a bit later when we come back here, but I want to just stay focused on what we're doing today. I also took the time off screen to get some TMs to teach them, because for those of you that don't know, stone evolutions either stop learning moves when they evolve, or they learn radically different moves when they evolve, and Abdal, being Growlithe, will mainly stop learning moves when he evolves to Arcanine. So that's about it. Whereas Darwin here, becoming Jolteon, will learn radically different moves. I did say that I would go over Jolteon in later last episode. Well, we're doing it now. Jolteon is a one-trick pony, usually only good for electric-type moves, but the trade-off is that it is super fast and super strong at special attacking. So it is a pretty good Pokemon in my opinion. So I did do some grinding at the casino off screen, so we have a few different moves to teach our Pokemon. I'm mainly I got copies just in case something bad happens, because you never know. Let's see. I already did teach Abdal Flamethrower from this off screen, because I wanted to grind him up a bit before doing this evolution. That was pretty much all that I wanted to do with them, so let's first start off by going here. I did build up some coins, and you can actually buy Pokemon from this counter in particular. According to my rules, I can only buy one Pokemon, and I am choosing to go with Dratini, because it might be useful later on if something happens to, say, Izatara. Give me a ace up my sleeve. And we've got a male one, so let's see. I think I'll go with the name Hyperion. Yeah, got that from a support conversation in Fire Emblem, so if you want to check that out, see for yourself. It's actually a pretty good conversation. Heath and Priscilla, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. With that taken care of, we can now move on to the main aspect of this episode that I wanted to go over, and that would be the Celadon Gym. So let's get a move on. Okay. And it's a grass-type gym, so make sure you bring your fire types, your flying types, just about anything that you can use to clip that grass or burn it down. The Game Corner's prize corner also has the TM for Ice Beam, so any water types, if you have to throw them into this, could be useful if they are taught that. I personally taught that to Maverick and got a spare in case I need to teach it to someone else later on. But Viper and Abdul should have this gym pretty much covered between the two of them. I don't expect many difficulties here. Really, most of the early gyms in this game are easy, though Misty, and if you didn't get lucky enough in a Nuzlocke Surge, can be a bit difficult, but there are ways around them. This one, like Brock, I don't really think there's really any difficulty unless you just got really unlucky with your catches. Okay. Well, that we have gotten Viper to level 26, so let's see what she sends out next. Bellsprout, I'm gonna keep you in because I want to. Bellsprout gives attack EVs, oddish special attack EVs, pretty much all set up for Viper and Abdul to really get their, well, really get their level grinding going and get their EVs up. But not too much of an issue. I will have to figure out what to do with the third slot in Abdul's moveset because he won't, while I did say that he won't really learn anything, and he does get one move, but that's not for a while later. So let's just worry about what to teach him, because I do have a few TMs that he could learn. It's just a matter of what makes sense for him to learn and what should I do, because certain moves are useful but not really good for battle purposes, at least for recording these videos. Let's see here. Just gonna lead here. I'm just gonna keep Viper in at the lead. Right now, the team is looking pretty good, I have to say. Got a pretty good balance. Really, there's only 2 team members that I think that could be replaced for something better, but we're going alright. I mean, it's not like it's not really like I'm hurting for options right now because I've kind of been blessed in what I caught and what I managed to keep alive. Let's see how Ember does, because your stats are still pretty good. Yep, I kind of figured. Probably wouldn't work on an evolved Pokemon, but that's alright. Okay, now let's swap back to Viper, because while you could be a mixed attacker, I want you more focused on special attacking after all. Let's see here what to talk about. I suppose, yeah, it's mainly, I don't know why I'm rambling without really rambling. It's just been so easy that I don't really know what to say. I mean, well, I guess I should say that I'm probably going to be doing shorter episodes for a bit, just because we've had 2 pretty long episodes back to back, and I want to mainly give myself a bit of a breather. Switch back to Viper here. Okay, well, so probably not going to cover too much per episode going forward for at least a little bit, just to give myself some breathing room. But not like I'm gonna stop short here at the 10-minute mark. Okay. Let's figure that's gonna happen. Let's see, what do you got? Because I think after this, if you have... Yep, what I thought you did. I remembered one of these trainers had an execute, and that the rest will have all physical ones that give special attack EVs, which I really want Avdol to be able to fight. So let's swap around just a bit so that Avdol can get his levels. I suppose one thing to mention with this gym is that these trainers all give quite a good amount of money, so if you weren't planning on fighting them, I definitely would. Of course I got it wrong. Okay, well, I suppose one or two EVs from a Bellsprout in attack isn't going to be necessarily bad for him. That said, I will be swapping him to Viper for this. Okay, that should be pretty good. Just a few more trainers and then we can finally take on the gym leader herself. So yeah, I suppose one thing I could say while we get through these battles is that I mainly think that the weakest links on the team, the ones that are most likely to get replaced, would be my would be Viper, because there are better flying types out there. Don't get me wrong, he was pretty good and a much needed replacement for Goose, but there are stronger Pokemon that I could use in place of him. And Selena is just a filler for right now. There are definitely other Pokemon that I could use to round out my coverage and really get some good use out of TMs, really shore up any weaknesses I have with this team. It all depends on what I'm going to be facing up against next, because after this, the game has one quest that you have to take care of, and then you pretty much have free range from opening up Celadon City and what you get from the end of the next quest to basically do things however you want. Okay, let's see. I guess... Well, first I'm definitely going to be taking care of the next quest, and then from there I'll decide what I have to do. I suppose I also did buy a few things off screen, in addition to the evolutionary stones you saw me use earlier. I got a few Great Balls just to shore up my ball count for when we need to catch something again. Not that I expect that for a bit. I will also say that if you have the money for it, then you can also buy EV boosting items on the 5th floor of the department store, but I personally think it's too much money. Granted, I do have the Versus Seeker and could get some more money, but I don't really feel like going into that for right now. Like, if I catch something really late in the game and I have a lot of money from grinding off screen, then I'll probably do it for something that could just easily get boosted up by the items that do so, but I won't be. Let's heal that Still have a bunch of antidotes that I didn't use from back in Viridian City, so pretty good. And let's just give you a potion. That should be good enough. And then with that, I'm going to swap Viper back to the lead because I want him for the first round. Because I know that you start with a physical attacker. Hello, lovely weather, isn't it? It's so pleasant. Oh dear, I must have dozed off. Welcome. My name is Erica. Now, for those of you that don't know, that might not seem like a pun like the last three gym leaders' names are, but Erica is, at least when spelled with a C rather than a K, is a genus of plants, so it does still fit a pun. It's just a deeper meaning. I'm a student of the art of flower arranging. Okay. My Pokemon are solely of the grass type. Okay, no. Can't possibly. Not all of them, only one of them is solely a grass type, but that's only because Gen 1 insisted on making every grass type other than one dual typed with, and most often with poison. Okay, well, she's sending out Victory Bell, level 29. So up to the cap. I'm a little lower level than normally am. Usually I'm at level or just about to be above them, but not this time. So this should be pretty interesting. And Hyper Potion. Should have seen that coming. Probably should have used the Paralyze heal that I have, but we're gonna try and get through this without it. That being said, that could be an issue. So let's try again. Hopefully no crits, because that was, I think, about, nope, not a third. Okay, with that, you are pretty solid, but let's see. But I know I want Zatara to get mainly special attack and speed EVs, but one defense EV won't be that bad. Tangela isn't all that great of a Pokemon. It's very slow, very weak, doesn't evolve, at least not in this game, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Especially when it only uses Ingrain because it thinks that it'll stick around, but it doesn't have the defenses to do so. So let's just side beam it down. There we go. And with that, Zatara has gone to level 26. I'll probably do a little grinding off screen, just to get the team more on par with each other. And now there's Vileplume, which is why I brought Avdol, though he is going to be 3 levels below it. It will be a pretty good test of his flamethrower to see how well he'll do. But I think it's going to be a one-shot. Yeah, I was proven wrong. Or not. Thank you, Burn. Just when you least expect it, I come through in the clutch with a Burn. Okay, that should do it. And there we go. We've gotten our 4th gym badge. Oh, I concede defeat. You are remarkably strong. I must confer on you the Rainbow Badge. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking back in Pewter City when I said Brock was the only one who gives a badge during the battle. Like, during the after battle text before it switches back to this screen. Rainbow Badge will make Pokemon up to level 50 obey. It also allows Pokemon to use Strength in and out of battle. Please also take this with you, TM19 Giga Drain. Half the damage it inflicts is drained to heal your Pokemon. Wouldn't you agree that's a wonderful move? I would say it's an alright move. I don't remember if that would be... Actually, you know what? We have a little time. Let's see it. I don't think anything I have can learn it, but... It is... Okay, yeah, so... Normally in this game it's like 60 power, I think, and 5 PP, but from using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to give moves their Gen 5 stats, that is now a 75 power or 10 use move, which better, not the best, but better. Shame I don't think anything I have can actually learn it. At least nothing that I intend to use right now. Now, let's go heal. And we're almost out of time, but there is one last thing I want to do before I end this episode off. Let's swoop up. Okay, with that, we're going back into the game corner. I'm not going to be showing you guys the slot machines, but this right here is where our next objective is. So let's talk to this guy. I'm guarding this poster. Go away or else. Okay? Why would you stand so conspicuously in a casino? I mean, everyone else is distracted by gambling, but I'm not. Alright then, well, let's just get our answers out of you. So, flamethrower, Ravdol. I suppose I should mention that Avdol has a lax nature and Darwin has a lonely nature. Neither nature is necessarily good for them, but it's not necessarily bad either, so I'm pretty okay with how they turned out. That we pretty good, and we defeated this Team Rocket Grunt because we've seen a few Rocket Grunts around Celadon City, at least one other one when we first entered. Dang. Okay. Yeah. Well, you're getting very easy. The Team Rocket hideout might be discovered. I better tell the boss. Okay, he just disappeared, but you showed that you were just standing here looking at the poster, and of course it opens up a secret area. So, with that discovered, I believe we will end things here. Next time we'll be going down there and finding out what exactly is going on in this town. Until next time, stay gold.
Playback sequence terminated. Transmission disconnected.